Honestly, seeing this title right here just reinforces my whole point of Varric is not pointing out rumors anymore. He's just pointing out just facts that everybody knows that will be released regardless. And it's not about the when, it's about the what. And he's been saying this for how long now? Too long. Shocking. We're gonna watch this trailer, and if I have to stop more or less, I'll let you know. It's only 2 minutes long. Overall, it shouldn't be too bad. Already we have a main character without helmets. That is just mandatory 40k shit.
In the grim darkness of the far future, every soul's survival hangs by a thread.
Can you stop doing that? Can you stop doing, like, how do I explain this? Can you stop being so stiff with your sword attacks? Dawn of War 2 has done this very well with, like, sword, like, how they move and all that. And even in codexes, they even explain how where Space Marines have their black carapaces and they move very smoothly and all that. All right, let's take a look with Dawn of War 2 right here, right? Just real quick. Just see how a Space Marine moves their sword. Like, nice and smooth. If we go back here and watch this again. Swing stops. How about swing and then just go fluidly back to another position for another attack, then just... Ooh, I look good. I think there's a massive problem when animators do this, and I think it's because of Space Marine 1, Mad Ward, this whole idea about power fantasy. And honestly, I think I should make a video at this point, and it's just that power fantasy, when people are trying to say it's grim dark, it's so sad and all that, and yet we have some power fantasy moments that gives you this idea of you're a Space Marine, you can just take 100, 10,000 orcs if you wanted to do that. It's not just what it shows, but it's also what people get the impression on. So can you stop fucking doing that? The stabbing's okay. That one was a little bit better, but with the swing, it was just bad. Swing stop. Huh? Okay, cool.
Mankind.
I will comment though. Visually, honestly, if we grab this visual, that shit should have been in a Dawn of War gameplay. Not gameplay, Dawn of War trailer. Because this one looks 10 times a little bit better than what Dawn of War 4 was showing, like it was some sort of, like, mobile game. It was fucking weird.
And is beset by endless tides of aliens, traitors, and demons.
Yeah, not bad. I was gonna comment about the swing again. This is the best way I can explain this. And this is the only thing I have spotted with this trailer. So far, I have no other complaints. Actually, let me mute this for a moment. But when it comes to this section, swing, stop. Why are you stopping? You see another, like, 10,000 hordes of enemies towards you, and you're like, let me just act cool for real quick. Let me just pose. Jarvis, screenshot that shit. Like, come on, dude.
Across countless worlds, battles rage.
Put the helmet back on. I just have this thing. It's just annoying for me when, you know, when Space Marines are like in the middle of the combat or they're just like about to prepare for an assault. They're just like, oh, this helmet that gives me so much like benefits and all that. Oh yeah, let me just take it off. Even for some reason they just can't see the screen clearly. For me, I'm seeing that like there's no purpose. If you really wanted to make this character important, just make him a lieutenant or all that. And when he takes off the helmet for the first time, we will know this is the main character. You don't have to take off the helmets, man. Space Marine 2 has done that way too much.
Countless worlds, battles rage.
Another thing that I just noticed, at least the armor looks good. Always pay attention with armor because it's also very important because you think of Space Marines that have fought for hundreds of years. That's a really good detail already.
Worlds, battles rage.
Wait. 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 What? I just noticed something. Maybe it's just the way the animation is done. So Land Raiders go very fast. And las cannons, do that. They shoot and explode. Why the fuck did they don't have like a blast ability on tabletop? Huh? I don't recall lasers doing that unless it shot something, but it doesn't. Yeah, no, it just shows that like when it shoots, it explodes on impact and giving like an AUS damage. Oh, no, AoE damage, sorry. Like, huh? Okay, we'll go with that. And also, these are fucking tanks, not fucking close quarter combat vehicles. Yeah. Mods, arrest this man. Could be wrong again. Like, it's been a while. But, I don't think they have orbital lasers and this track like that. I haven't seen lore talking about this at all. Just to go, yeah, anyways, like, since I have never seen that. Ever.
Lead your armies. Conquer worlds. Fight on as the galaxy burns. For there is no peace amongst the stars. There is only war.
There were some little mistakes here and there, but from what I've seen from the animation, it's not too bad. And honestly, that's how it. Actually, the one thing I did appreciate as well, they didn't make orcs look retarded and shit. So that's a 1-pointer. But what was it? Like, honestly, this animation could have been part of Dawn of War 4. But Dawn of War 4, for some reason, they wanted to give this a weird aesthetic of mobile-esque animation, which was weird. And I think later on, they're going to go show, like, the gameplay here. Gameplay and footage captured in engine from a pre-alpha build. No, you can't judge for what it is. It's a pre-alpha build. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Most likely, it's going to be the more core gameplay. This is what I've always said, and I'll say this now, even though Varag is just so, so dumbfounded when people say, so pretty much you want another Dawn of War game. And clearly, right here, seems like the design of it is another Dawn of War game. But I'll say this as an extra. Total War has always made its mechanic based on frontline combat. And what do I mean by that? Like, Rome, Napoleon, medieval, that type of frontline combat, and even Shogun. Like, all these games worked based on its mechanic. But when you're trying to, like, mix it with sci-fi that was meant to be, like, tactical, and then you move your troops into different positions, it doesn't really work here at all. Because what I'm seeing now is pretty much 10th edition gameplay right here. It's like, oh, all my units gotta shove into your units and see who survives or not. Like, honestly, I would even say this is even worse than Dawn of War. Holy shit. So essentially, you have the bolters, which are the archers, and then you have the melee guys, which are like what? I'm trying to remember the names. like Roman legionnaires holding off the horde, and you have these archers shooting, and then you have a little ballista. Like, every time when I play a fucking Total War game, it's always the same mechanics. But when it comes to Warhammer 40k, as I said it before, it just doesn't work. Because 40k is not just frontline combat like how you deal with Napoleon and all that shit. They are tactical. They would put like tanks like around, somewhere safe. They'll put these bolter guys behind sandbags somewhere safe, and these launchers as well. And for the melee guys, yeah, sure, they will go in and then just, stop a horde getting closer to these bolter guys. But the way they're showing this, actually, let me just mute this, which most likely, oh, okay. I've already watched this before, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, mainly it's just, why is the tank even there? Like, you see what I mean? Like, this doesn't, it doesn't fucking work. Like, obviously, for the new 40k crowd, they were like, dude, this is so awesome. Oh my god, Varric was right. Warhammer 40k Total War is gonna be so awesome, where I can just be so brain dead and throw my armies into the other army and see who wins. Oh my god. Now, then again, this is just one map. There might be some open maps and then some closed maps or some bridge and all that. Like, I don't think most people will understand. Actually, that's another question here. So, do I win a planet based off one single combat? Or do I have to fight different combats in different missions like in Dawn of War 2 in order to make this planet secure? Because, what was it? Dawn of War DLC is Soulstorm and also Dark Crusade. Had you as like a leader on the planet, and then you go to take care of the rest of the planet, and then you win that whole planet. But this one's going to be a little bit small scale, so I'm assuming it's going to be like, oh, this is one battle, and then you win the planet, and then move on to the next one. And like, it has end turn and all that shit. So this is essentially Total War mechanics. So it was pretty much expected. And again, this doesn't work, but I need to see more of this, because the impression that it's giving me right now is essentially, oh, my army versus your army, let's just mesh them together. So no sandbags, no cover, no objectives to capture, no nothing, which is literally Dawn of War. But then again, this is essentially Total War recipe, but with a 40k skin. That's all it is. And it's just, how do I say this? It's just weird. I can't exactly recall if Total War has ever done futuristic stuff, because most of the time, every Total War game is essentially more or less the same, but they just do some minor tweaks and all that, or certain armies have a different play style, but it's essentially the same. You have melee, you have range, and then you have cavalry, and then you have other shit. And this one's essentially the same. And based from its gameplay, from what I'm seeing, is just going to be the same as I've played with any other Total War game. And this is why I still play fucking Total War Remaster, or the OG Total War that I still have. Now, the question will be, of course, will this game be successful? Pretty much. It will be, because, again, 40k fans see a 40k sticker on it, and they say, this is the greatest game ever, and they've never looked in depth. But then again, when it comes to GW, I don't have much faith in them at all, since they're very professional of fucking things up, or they just don't really care. But yeah, no, like, despite of me saying, like, this is just Total War with 40k coding and all that, and it doesn't really fit for the whole Total War genre, but people will just sit there and be like, Nellop, you just being negative for the sake of negative. This is so cool, it's so great and all that. Okay, cool, whatever. Fucking, if you're like a Total War reskin, but it's just 40k, yeah, go for it, man. Spend like $70 on it. You'll just be fine. And most likely you will just play for a bit and then never touch it again and then just fuck off. Now, I'm not even sure if they even gonna do like a live service and all that, etc. Which maybe not. Overall, though, as I said, trailer looked like a step up. It looks way better. This is how you make something dark. But then again, I think I should make a video about this eventually, and it's just that how power fantasy doesn't mix with grim dark. You can't have a one hand to be like, oh, this Marine could just clap 10,000 orcs. And at the same time, it's like, in the grim darkness of the far future, everything is shit and all that. Because when you apply power fantasy, you're not applying vulnerability, and also you're not implying that this world is shit. You're just like, yeah, you're just good. So that is the video here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye, my brothers, and take care.